All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Seabass.
Man, so, damn, Tony, you were gone for a long time. You came back, did one show, and then we took the fourth off.
I know. I was surprised. Even my daughter hit me up this week. She was in a text. She said, no podcast? I was like, yeah, we took the fourth off.
Wow. Man, they want you to work all kinds. You had to come back in the middle of vacation just to work.
I know.
So how was your fourth?
I wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. We cooked up some burgers and hot dogs,
right?
And the last time we barbecued, they bought bacon wrapped hot dogs. Those are good.
That's what we did.
Did you buy them pre-made or did you make them yourself?
Yeah.
Because on that Saturday, I think it was Saturday, my wife was looking for them in the stores and she couldn't find them. So she had me going through stores while I was working.
Taking the last pack.
And I couldn't find them. So she was like, okay, go try Smart. And I was like, you know what? Let's just try and make them our own. Make them ourselves.
Right.
So I bought a pack of bacon and I bought hot dogs.
Not that big a deal, right?
Not that big of a deal at all.
Did you make them on the grill or the air fryer?
In the grill.
Now I did mine in the air fryer the second day, because we celebrated the fifth with everybody, and then I still had a bunch of hamburgers and hot dogs.
Celebrated the fourth with everybody.
What is it?
No, you said the fifth.
Oh. And then on the fifth, it was just me, my brother and my sister, my brother and his daughters, and Sebastian. But the second day I did them in the air fryer, much easier.
You reheated them, or you actually
made them? Because I had we bought like 5 or 6 packs of them, right?
Yep.
Of the 5 in a pack, and
oh yeah, you guys did buy them all up.
Yeah. So I bought
I told you.
Yeah, I gave my brother a pack, and then I still have a pack, but that day I put them in the air fryer, which is just easier.
Really?
15 minutes at 400 degrees or 370.
Yeah, they came out mad dark. So next time do them like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I
might actually eat one.
Yeah, I might take a little time off because they were extra crunchy.
You know, and actually, the one that I have now, there's actual pictures of certain
Food?
items. Yeah, there's like a pizza slice.
Oh, nice.
There's a thing of French fries.
Okay.
A steak, a piece of chicken. I'm not sure what a hamburger.
Man, everything American appeals to just mouth breathers.
So did you get like the one that's big that has like the oven trays, or did you just get the?
Yes, they're like trays, like
oven trays.
Yeah.
Okay, because we still got the one that's just kind of like a bucket. But for me and him, I don't think we need the one with.
So whenever I push one of those things, matter of fact, I just made French fries this evening. So I pushed fries, and it was like 400 for 18 minutes.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
damn.
So I cut it in half. Everything, whenever the time comes up for that item,
right,
I'll cut it in half. Because one time I burnt some pizza, stuff like that. So I'll cut it in half and play it by ear.
Okay. Well, I think that's kind of, you got to kind of figure it out to where you like it. Yeah. That's kind of what he was talking about. Like, what did I say, 15 minutes at 370?
You said
I think it's 400.
400. So we do 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be much better this next time around.
But anyways. But when you're making that many, wouldn't it be easier to just throw it on the grill?
Bro, it would. A lot easier. But I got to tell you, 4th of July, bro, fucking killed me. So, I did the outside kitchen, right?
Right.
So the barbecue pit, and it's got a grill or a griddle pan on top, right? And so I griddled everything. I griddled the burgers. I griddled the fucking hot dogs. Bro, it was so hot outside on 4th of July, right? And then so it's hot, like the heat just raining down on you, right? And then like just underneath from the barbecue pit, because it has that opening, all that heat's coming out right at your balls, right? So I'm like, fuck, dude. So it was like I got done barbecuing, and like I had 1 can of beer the whole day. Like I had a fucking can of Michelob Ultra, bro. Then I couldn't even fucking finish it. Like I felt disgusting from all the heat. But like when you're out in the heat so long, you're just like, oh. So I had to go sit down. I had like 2 glasses or 2 bottles of water and an orange. Just to kind of try to level out. It was weird, dude. It was really weird. I felt way off. I don't know.
Let me ask you this:
could have been my heart.
Now that you have the outdoor barbecue and stuff, Would you have a problem with somebody else cooking on it?
I would have until I actually cooked on it in the heat. Now
So-
it's like, oh no, fuck, go right ahead. Fucking hey, I'm gonna be in the pool, bitch. I'm out.
Because I kind of think that I would have a problem with, if I was there, somebody cooking on my barbecue.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because the day before, so on the 3rd, the pool guy and everything came, and he's all right. I got it all set up. There's still some things that we need to do and repairs that I need to make on the back of the pool and what we're gonna do and all these changes that we're gonna make, which is kind of cool because I kind of got to give it a run to figure out, okay, so what little changes do I want to make? What's gonna make things better or different or whatever, right? So we had been talking about it. Was, hey, dude, one of the first things that we talked about when I talked about doing the kitchen was finishing that overhang or put some sort of fucking shade over it. Man, that would have been so nice to have that. To have just that shade over it. Because then I think it would have been a lot easier. It would have been not as bad. It still would have been hot, but it would have been as bad. You know
But
what I mean?
yeah, but aren't you afraid of retaining the heat? Because the heat's got to,
Dissipate?
Yeah.
No, I don't think, because it was windy enough. You know what I mean? There was a slight breeze,
Okay, yeah.
so that'll blow it through. Plus, I want to put a fan on that on the outside of it, blowing it out towards the gate.
Okay.
Because I have it just outside the doors of the into the house, so I don't want all the smoke going into the house either. So I need to have somewhere to send that. So we're gonna do that.
So just so you know, that fan's not going to cool you off. It's just for getting rid of the smoke.
I know we're gonna. Well, I want to put misters and all that stuff too.
Oh, damn.
I want to put misters, and
You
I'm gonna
can't put a mister on that one.
No, not on that side, but it'll be on this side of it, so that'll be cool. That way I could just step out of the cooking area and get kind of cool and then get back in and, back and forth that way.
So what did you barbecue?
Just hamburgers and hot dogs. Shit, people brought potato salad. They had macaroni salad. They had plates of hummus, all kinds of fruit. Like, dude, it was everything.
That's good.
It was a good time, dude. It was good. It was exactly what I wanted, and I couldn't have had a better trial run and a better 4th of July. I mean, my family was here. Everybody was enjoying themselves. They were having fun in the pool. I mean, even up until the end of the night, like after the fireworks and stuff, I got to sit in the corner over there with my nieces and make s'mores and stuff. You know what I mean? Really, really, like at the end of the night, I was like, this is what it was all about. This is why I wanted to do this. You know what I mean? So it was cool. It was good.
I wanted to try, which I did, making smash burgers.
Okay.
So what you do is you take your hamburger meat and you put it in a ball, but you don't like pack it down real. You just
You don't
barely
make
put
it
it
a
in a ball.
patty yet. You just put it in a bowl.
And so you throw it on the grill and then you just smash it down, and you kind of make it kind of thin,
Right.
and you just cook it to where it kind of gets a crust,
Right.
and then you flip it over just like a regular burger,
Right.
but it's just a different style of doing it.
Okay.
So I was watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, and they're saying, fat means flavor, and the higher fat count, the more flavorful it'll be.
I'm the most flavorful out of all of us right now. I'm just gonna tell you.
So, I got the meat that's like 88% lean, which
Okay.
is 12% fat. So I had my old lady buy one of those rolls of meat,
Oh, okay.
hamburger meat,
Yeah.
that's like 77% lean.
Yeah.
So I mixed it in with the hamburger
With the
meat that I
fattier
had.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the leaner one.
Okay.
So I made them, and dude, it's different. It has a different taste for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, it's not something to do all the time because it's a little bit of work.
Right.
Because you need to, again, when you're doing the patties, you can't do like throw a frozen patty on there and do it. But when I was smashing them down, somehow they'd ignite. So like it'll flame up on me.
Right.
Dude, I must have lost some arm hair, some finger, definitely finger hairs are gone. And my old lady's like shaking her head, but now she wants them all the time.
Yep.
She's like, those are the ones I want now.
Wow. So you just did them right on the grill?
Well, I have cast iron, what you call it, like griddles that I put on the grill
Right on.
throughout.
Yeah, that was one of my things. Like I definitely wanted that because if we ain't got to cook in the kitchen, like if I can get up early in the morning and come outside and do breakfast,
Yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, but this time of year, see, here's the thing. Grilling outside this time of year is so hot.
Yeah.
Grilling in the wintertime,
Too cold.
it's too cold. The grill doesn't really get all as warm as it needs to be.
Right.
So it's double-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, shit, the griddle, because it's in the sun right now without the shade, that shit's almost hot enough by itself.
I'll tell you what, I was looking at it, and dude, one thing that really impressed me about it, because it's first of all, the size of it.
Right.
It's, what is that,
a 36?
3x12? 3x24 almost?
Yeah.
Or 3x18
3
maybe?
by 18 probably, yeah.
3 feet by 18 inches?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, first of all, the size is great. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, the four sides have a lip.
Oh, that lip is good, right?
Dude. And lastly, in one of the corners, it's got like a little drain for your oil.
Did you see what I put underneath to catch all the oil?
No.
I just put one, those little like serving tins that they have, like you buy them at Walmart, you get like 3 or 4 different, and they're just aluminum foil, like the hard aluminum.
Like yeah.
Like a serving tray.
serving tray.
Yeah. So I just put one of those in there, like a meatloaf tray underneath.
Dude.
Shove everything in that corner is perfect, dude.
Because again, when I was doing the hamburgers, because it's got that much more fat,
Right.
do all that oil. That's what was catching on fire because I was pushing it down, little would squirt out, go on the flame, then shoot up, and then catch the oil that I'm messing with on top of the griddle. Dude, yours is pretty impressive.
Wow.
I'm going to have to look into getting one of those things.
Yeah, it's you know what I did is what's the new one? It's Blackstone. Is that what's out? Is that what it's called?
Blackstone's it's a brand.
So it's a Blackstone. But what happened is Blackstone made those for Amazon. That's an Amazon brand one that I have, but it's a Blackstone.
The griddle itself?
Yeah, that whole barbecue pit thing.
Okay.
And I bought it on sale. I watched it because I knew I was going to do it. I bought that like right when they started doing the yard. I was I already bought the barbecue pit. I'm like, all right, cool. But it's not like a traditional barbecue pit that it goes in where it needs to go. Or like a gas grill. It's one that you're supposed to take, like it's a camping grill.
Okay.
So it's a lot more, it's portable and shit. But I was like, hey dude, this is the one that I want. We can do that with this. Yeah, whatever you want.
So it's got wheels?
If we pull it apart, we could put wheels on it. Like if I took it out of there.
Okay.
But that motherfucker's mounted. It ain't going nowhere.
All right.
Unless it goes bad, and then I have to, smash it all up and start all over. But yeah, man, really, really good time, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, mine too. It wasn't too bad. I got a little jealous because I had to work on Monday. And everybody was off. And when I say everybody, I'm talking the streets. The cars were 75% less cars in the streets. And I was like, man, even people in my industry are taking a day off, and I'm working.
Wow,
But I had to do it.
that sucks.
It does.
Is it like you get more time off during like the winter holidays, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
No, I wouldn't say I got. No, it's just it's easier to handle because it's cold,
Right.
Stuff like that. No wind is blowing.
So would you rather clean pools in the winter or in the summer?
In the winter, of course.
You're out there wearing jackets and gloves and shit?
Yeah. One year, nephew was helping me.
Okay.
In the wintertime. And the heater in my truck went out. And dude, we're starting at 5:30 in the morning.
So it's cold ass.
It's cold. And then when you put your hands in the water, water's 50 degrees, 45 degrees.
Easy.
And dude, it starts hurt. It feels like somebody just hit it with a hammer. But the saving grace is you jump in the truck, you turn the heater on, and you just warm up your hands till you get to the next stop. Dude, we be in there talking to each other. You can see each other's breaths because it was so cold.
How mad was he at you? Fucking truck doesn't even fucking work.
Oh man, we had good times.
Oh, that would suck, dude. Holy shit. I'd be mad at you. Have me out here working, your fucking heater don't even work. Shit. Only thing worse than that is having to work during the summer and the AC don't work.
Check this out. Speaking of air fryer and speaking of work, I used to carry a microwave in my truck.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Like a real light one. like a $70 one,
Okay.
Walmart, like small. And so what I would do is I get a long extension cord, and this is when I was trying to cut back on, constantly eating out and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'd bring like a lean cuisine, a couple of them, and dude, 5 minutes at somebody's house, just plug in, turn it on. I'd have lunch ready for me.
Wow.
It just started to become too much of a hassle to pull it out and stuff like that. It got wet once.
Why don't you just leave it on the fucking dashboard?
They're not that small.
No. I'm talking about the lean cuisine. That should get hot in the dashboard.
Oh, you're talking wintertime.
Oh, okay.
See, but the reason why I'm mentioning this is because now they got the air fryer.
Right.
But the problem is air fryer is not as fast as a microwave.
Yeah, but let's say you're at somebody's house, right? And all right, I got to finish cleaning the pool. I got about 15 minutes left. Go throw your food in there, set it for 15 minutes, 400.
You see, but again, 3 minutes real quick so nobody sees you is a lot different than 15 minutes having them sit there and wait.
Right. Ooh, and then the smell coming out of that deep fryer. Somebody be like,
Yeah.
what is that? Oh, it's just
Yeah.
my lunch.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Because the thing is, I'll see gardeners. What they do is they get the those little camping propane tanks
Yeah.
with the little disc on top,
Yeah.
and they'll reheat their carne asada,
Yeah.
put some tortillas on it. Dude, that's great.
Why don't you do that?
Didn't he not like leftovers?
Not like leftovers.
Oh,
I would
that's somebody
serve you.
else that we know then.
Always having to buy propane tanks. It's just not for me.
Well, it's cheaper.
It's just a lot easier to drive up and say number 2, please, with a Dr. Pepper, which is the whole point of me doing all these things. But I've been doing good lately though. I've been packing my lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I did for like 2 days.
Are you still off soda?
No. Well, I'm still drinking a lot less than I was.
Okay.
But I can't say that I stopped.
I mean,
or that I'm off.
See, that's the problem. You can try to quit cold turkey.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I can when I'm ready, but like I guess I wasn't as ready as I thought.
Nobody can.
Okay.
What have you quit cold turkey?
Smoking?
Bullshit.
Thank you.
I've quit.
Thank you,
No,
Seabass.
you haven't.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you quit.
I
Okay,
quit for a
so
certain amount of time.
So then you quit. So then you quit soda like you quit smoking. You'll have a soda
No.
every now and again,
No.
just like you smoke every now and again.
No, I can honestly say soda I didn't quit because I'm still every day and 1 or 2 or 3
When's
a
the last
day.
time you had a cigarette?
This morning?
No, yesterday.
Okay. Oh, I get it. So
I'm
you
not-
quit until you just smoke another one. I get it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But usually it'll go
That's like how alcoholics do it,
Yeah.
right? And
Like-
Alcoholics Anonymous when they get their chip.
yeah. So I got a new coin, right?
It's like I quit a year ago. However, I've drank every week, but just once.
We
Fell off the wagon every once in a while.
we need to get you one of them signs like they do at places of employment. How many days says accident free?
Right.
How many days cigarette free?
All right. And Coke free?
That motherfucker would be 0 every day.
We just leave that one up.
Yeah. Well, at least we all know where we stand, right?
You know what I've done, not on purpose. It just evolved into this. I kind of stopped eating dessert as much as I said I was doing it.
Right.
It's been probably a couple of months now, and now things are starting to be too sweet for me. My old lady made those chocolate chunk cookies for Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I might as well bring them because I'm not eating them.
Really?
Yeah, they're too sweet now.
Ooh.
Tell me about it. My mom this Sunday or Monday, Sunday, she brought over donuts. She came for breakfast. She brought donuts. Dude, I love me some donuts. Chocolate bar, jelly,
Favorite.
Sugar or glaze.
Ooh, the lemon filled jelly ones?
No,
Oh, those are the best.
I don't like it. Nasty.
You don't know what's good.
And dude, the donut was too sweet. The chocolate bar, and dude, I would tear those up.
Put some salt on it. I'm just kidding, dude.
He's
Tony
not
was
wrong.
like-
Real quick, I scanned it because they do sea salt and caramel and stuff like that. So
Right.
I thought about it, but yeah, come on. Why you gotta try to make fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you, dog. I'm just saying maybe that'll help out. You know what I mean? Let you get past it. Be more like dark chocolate. You know what I mean? That's semi-sweet.
Got an announcement. Were you
Oh.
gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
It's late.
Got an announcement. Yes, because I can't let this slide by. I need a high five.
All right.
I need a high five.
Okay. I wish I'd have known what the high five was for before I did it, but
My daughter got herself a job, kid.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Dude.
Where's she working at?
She's working in Los Angeles.
So wait a minute. She's already graduated college, right?
Correct.
And she was going for law, correct?
Yes.
Is she using her degree in her new job?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, she got hired on by a law firm.
Nice.
So I don't know exactly her plan yet as far as pursuing law school.
Right?
The original plan is still, I should say, the plan is still intact for her to go to law school.
Okay.
But apparently, you have to take a test to get into law school, called an LSAT,
Okay.
and that only occurs certain times of the year. So it's not like you can say next week I want to go take the test.
Right.
So I think, if I remember correctly, she wanted to take one that's coming up in October.
Okay.
So she's studying for it.
Studying for that. Okay.
So right before we went to Chicago, she just put it on one of those job recruiting sites.
Right.
Not as a goof, but because she's tried to find work during the pandemic
Okay.
at a law firm, but because courts were closed,
Oh yeah.
lawyers were just working out of their homes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nobody needed the additional help. Their clerks, paralegals were the ones driving back and forth, like taking whatever needed to go to the courthouse. Although court and so forth wasn't in session, the business of the system, I guess, was still intact.
Right.
So they would just go drop off. So in other words, no help was needed.
Right.
So now that things are starting to open back up, so again, she just, I wouldn't say as a goof, but she's let me just try putting it on one of these job
Let's see what
sites.
happens.
Dude, within an hour, I think she said she got inquiries.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she took one. I guess she looked them up, like the law firms and so forth, and she picked one. Had a phone interview either that day or the next,
Wow.
and got hired on.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it. Well, I could believe it because she's a Pacheco, but
Right. That was pretty good. You got me with that one. All right.
but it was so stressful right before we went to Chicago, dude.
Why?
Because the week of Chicago, we started in Chicago, ended it in Vegas. Came back from Vegas on it was scheduled for that Sunday. That following Tuesday was her first day of work
Oh shit.
in Los Angeles.
So was she commuting?
No, we had to find her a place out there to live
Are you serious?
before
Like
we
on
went to
2 days'
Chicago.
notice?
Yeah, like on 2 days' notice.
Holy
So we
shit.
were scrambling. The internet's a great thing because my son actually turned her on to some, like, from his school, USC, a message board for like roommates. People
Okay.
looking for roommates, people looking to rent rooms, stuff like that. So she was able to find a spot on that notice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real nice. So we had to do the deposits, all that kind of good stuff. And then 2 days later, we're in Chicago.
Wow.
And then, again, we come back that Sunday.
Wait a minute. So you've known all about this since before you left for Chicago, and you're just telling us now? I thought we was family. What kind of shit is that?
Well, she wanted to make sure
AP, that's not cool. I'm gonna tell you right now.
she wanted to make sure everything's going to go smoothly, that there weren't going to be any hiccups, because she didn't want to have to explain why it didn't go through.
I get it. Yeah.
So, the apartment, the job, stuff like that.
I
She
got
just,
you. All right. I guess that makes sense. I'll let it slide.
So we come back on that Sunday evening. Monday, she got to pack to move.
Wow.
Tie up any loose ends. So she, in other words, this is her second week gone, I believe. Yeah, this is her second week. So last week we couldn't tell anybody because she just again wanted to make sure everything was cool. Wanted to make sure she was gonna like it.
Right.
Wanted to make sure everyone was gonna like her. That type of stuff. So she's just nervous.
Right. Well, it makes sense. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It sucks telling them, oh, yeah. Oh, well, see what happened was. Yeah. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I couldn't be prouder. It's for my wife and I, this is Empty Nesters Part 2.
Right.
And like I said, it's been a week. Last week, I don't think it was. We were still feeling the effects of coming back from vacation. Dealing with now 4th of July was coming up. So now this week I'm hoping, and too, it's already the end of the week now that I think about it.
Shit, it's just you and your wife now, right?
And the dog. Next week, I think we'll really be able to enjoy the silence, if you will.
Yeah.
These 2 weeks, they're just still a little haphazard.
I got you.
So, but yeah, I'm happy for her because, dude, this last year, I mean, COVID just really put a kink in her journey into adulthood.
Oh, shit, I think it did that for a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially, like I said, she graduated and couldn't do anything but stay home.
Wow.
Couldn't do anything.
Now, I haven't known your daughter that long, but I would assume, and what I do know that had to have been a nightmare for her almost, like, because she seems like she would want to be. Yeah. She's very socialite, right?
Yeah.
Like very much
so. Like, I mean, her girls are up there, most of them,
right?
Because again, she graduated from Irvine. So like this weekend, they're all getting together, going to the beach.
Okay.
So this is the type of stuff she should have been doing for the last year.
Right.
And so now that everything's opening back up, she's going to the beach. She's going to be able to enjoy her 20s.
Right.
As she should.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations, dude. That's good.
Thanks.
Man, you got one working at a law firm in L.A. and the other one doing finance in Chicago.
I'll tell you what, man. You know how I tell you that I wake up early again? I hate to sound like a broken record because there's a certain calm.
Right.
Same with this. There's a certain calm. My wife and I, we did our due diligence to get them ready for their lives, and it seems to be working out.
Right.
And so we're able to sit back and kind of relax and give each other a high five and say, give each other a pat on the back and say, hey, man, we did a great job.
Right.
The only thing is, I kind of don't like the apartment we got her.
Why?
It's kind of ghetto.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean by kind of ghetto? Like the place that it's at, or the actual apartment is ghetto?
The complex looks a little ghetto. I'm not familiar with Alhambra. That's where it's at.
You mean Alhambra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alhambra.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about it?
It's not a bad spot.
Is it really?
Yeah.
She kind of FaceTimed us one day when she was coming home.
Yeah.
She parks in the carport. She's on a second level.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm like, damn. Because in Irvine, where she was from, there's like townhouses.
Right.
There's like,
Alhambra's an old town though. Like it's not like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, where she, what I was kind of accustomed to, again, 1,000. She lived in 1,000-unit complex,
right? Where
they had a gym, where they had, a front office. Now it's like she got the security gate. You know what I'm saying? She got the AC unit in the wall in the living room. Yo, it
was like when the Karate Kid had to tell that girl's parent, "Yeah, I'm from Reseda."
Well, you know the Cobra Kai,
yeah,
the white boy where he lives,
yeah,
it's kind of something like that.
Oh yeah.
So again, she's on the second floor. It's a 2-unit apartment, and both rooms are rentals. So,
Okay.
like, the owner don't live there. It's the owner that owns the apartment.
So it's a duplex.
No, it's an apartment building.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many units there are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's actually rented by students. Her actual current roommate is not even there yet. Doesn't arrive until like next month,
Oh, wow.
or the end of this month, I should say. So she's there by herself, which kind of sucks. But again, she's got a homie that lives 15, 20 minutes away.
So does she have a gun?
No, she took my bat though. What's she gonna do with a gun?
Shoot somebody.
Yeah, aim it.
That's what the security door is for.
Oh, yeah.
The security door can shoot somebody.
To keep somebody out.
Keep them out. But the other funny thing is in the kitchen, there's no refrigerator. There's 2 mini fridges. So like one for each room. So I guess there's no ifs, ands, or buts on
Who's what?
who's. And so it's kind of warm out there right now.
Right.
So she took a fan with her, but the wall unit is in the living room. So in her bedroom,
Ain't no AC?
There ain't no AC. There's no circulation. She won't sleep with the window open, of course.
Why is she on the second floor?
Still, no, she won't do it, and I don't expect her to. So the first night, she put the fan in her room, and she was like, "It's still stuffy." So what she has to do is she leaves she puts the fan like in the hallway so to draw air from the living room and push it into her bedroom.
Wow. So is this a long-term place?
No,
Or is she looking for something
You
else?
know, she's gonna have to look for something else because her actual room is already reserved for another student going to another school, and they come in
Jesus.
next month. So again, on such short notice, we just needed to get her out there.
Right.
So now she's apartment hunting, because she's got to get out by the middle of next month.
Well, at least is Alhambra at least close to her work?
Yeah, actually, she says she don't even have to get on the freeway to get to work. She can take like back roads,
Really?
and she's home like I think she said within a half an hour.
Damn, half an hour on side roads.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it's better than being stuck in traffic in LA though. So you just can't be mad at that. Fuck. What kind of law? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if she wants me to say.
Okay. All right.
And she definitely don't want me to say where she works. So
She doesn't want you to say what you want. Okay.
I don't, you know how it is.
I got you. Yeah. You don't want nobody showing up trying to figure out who AP is. You know what I mean? I got you. Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah, it really is. I'm really happy for her. And dude, she hurt my feelings too. Because I got feelings.
She hurt your feelings out.
Yeah. Because last week, like on her 3rd day of work, maybe her 4th day, we hadn't heard from her. Like the first day, she gave us a call after she was done with work.
Okay.
The second day, that's where she like FaceTimed us as she got out of her car to show us like where she lived and stuff like that.
Right.
So like the 3rd day, it was like 8:00, 7:30, between 7 and 8, and she gets off at 5. So we hadn't heard from her. So I texted her. I was like, "Hey, everything okay? You home? What's going on?" And no response. And I actually saw that it didn't even say delivered on the text. So I was like, "Wow!" So I called her, and I left her a voicemail. "Hey, give me a call." Da, da, da. And she called me like right back.
Okay.
Is everything okay? What's going on? I was like, nothing. I said, I just, I'm working. I was like, oh, I didn't know it's 8:00. I didn't know you were still working. Sometimes they're gonna have me working late, okay? And I was like, man, all right, sorry, damn.
Sorry, I cared about you so much that I want to make sure you were okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Again, it's 8:00. We didn't hear from you. It's just your 3rd day. She called later and apologized. She was just in a stressful moment at that time, and
You better watch out, dude. 3rd day, she already stressed out like that. Ooh-wee. So when she gets her own place, is she gonna get like her own place, or is she plan on getting other roommates, or?
oh no, she's gonna have to. Yeah, she's gonna have to.
Get some people.
Yeah, it's we already discussed it. I'm not sure because it's been a while since I've rented
Right.
It's been a while since I've actually been in a rental situation.
Right.
So she was asking me, now that she's going to be looking for a spot, what's her price range? So from what I was taught 30 years ago, so I don't know if it's still the same. A rental, you should not be paying more than 50% of your monthly take-home income.
Correct.
Okay, so that's still the
It's a standard, yeah.
standard. Okay, that's what I told her. I said, based on what you're getting paid, if we figure this much for taxes, you'll probably be taking home this much. So look for something around this much.
Right.
And matter of fact, tomorrow's payday for her.
Oh yeah, first one, huh?
Yeah. So I said, once you get your first check, your second check, you can kind of see where you're at.
Right.
They'll be close in amounts. So we'll go from there.
Right on.
But I can just imagine how much I'm going to have to kick down a month now. Because I can't have her living in the ghetto, kid. It's not going to happen.
Just because it's not like...
No, it's not going to happen. That's my daughter. That's my baby girl. It ain't going to happen, kid. I need to find her a spot like on Melrose Place. Remember that show?
Oh, yeah, where they all those shit faces inside? Yeah.
Exactly.
Like on that show, what was the one? Chucky or Chuck? Did you ever see that show?
That was a good... Dude, that was a very good show.
That was a very good show.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. My son and I used to love that show.
Worked like a Circuit City type of deal. Yeah, that was a great show, dude. It was really, really good. I knew nothing about it until one day I caught it on Netflix. Boy, I sat there.
Oh, you didn't watch it when it came out? Yeah.
Me and my mom sat and watched that shit. Ay, Miko, put it on Chuck. All right. My mom don't talk like that, but in my head, that's the way she talked. It was, Miko, put on Chuck. And then it was Longmire. Michelle, Miko, put on Walmart. What? Oh, Longmire. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, when Chuck came out, my son and I, that's because it kind of fell into that superhero kind of world kind of deal.
Yeah, just goofy enough, right?
So we watched it. That was our show right there for a minute.
That the chick was kind of hot. There was something different about her that wasn't like, she wasn't like God, but she was hot enough.
You know what it was? Is that snaggletooth?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say
because she had a fang.
Yeah.
Or fangs.
Was it that, or was it one of the front ones was not?
It was something about
it
her
wasn't
teeth.
in line, yeah. Because she's on that new Chris Pratt movie on
Amazon
Prime. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Is it good? Because I heard it's horrible.
Yeah, I fell asleep on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't keep my attention long enough.
Really?
But I'm gonna re-up on Loki. The last episode was really good.
Oh, I still haven't even started that.
No, yeah, it takes a minute, but it gets going.
My wife and I watched this movie, kid. You gotta watch it on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
everyone. It's called The Lie.
The Lie?
Yeah, dude. When I say it's been a long time that I was thrown off, or I should say, where I didn't expect that to happen.
Really?
To where literally my mouth opened and was open for probably a good 30 seconds. Like, I can't believe that just happened. I did not see this coming. I cannot believe it.
Really?
Dude, it was... It I wouldn't even say it took a while to get there. Yeah, it was actually a very good movie. The Lie on Amazon. Dude.
All right.
Like I said, man, you're going to be like... I was just like... I
just in awe of it.
I just can't believe that just happened.
All right.
That was well written.
All right. I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just real quick before we go any further, we've had our T-shirts out now for a while. Just a quick shout out to some of the people that have gotten some. Adam, or AKA Rosebush from the Whiskey Glass podcast. He was actually one of the first people to get one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first one to reach out. Randy Patterson, this dude that I've known since, God, I was probably around 7. He lived here in the neighborhood. He got himself a couple of shirts. He's living out in Lake Elsinore now.
Randy, what's he do for a living?
He used to work at Coke.
And then what did he do?
He was a driver for Coke. That's all I've ever known him to do. He had a white Dodge pickup where the top came off.
I wonder if he's the guy. If he started long hauling truck driving.
Oh, he might have.
If that's, I think he might. If it's the guy I'm thinking of, because we used to go to San Felipe every summer,
Okay.
and he was hanging out with Manuel at the time.
That would make sense because he they grew up in Desert Hot Springs. He knew Manny and
okay.
played baseball with him through high school and shit.
I wonder if that's. I'm just horrible. My apologies if it is him.
I'll have to show you pictures. Maybe you'll remember that one.
I know Manny's gonna, when he hears this, he'll be, yeah, that's that motherfucker.
Yeah, right. And then Manny, that used to be on the show, he bought a shirt and hat. I want to thank him. Ivan, my cousin Adrian out of Coachella. James, one of the local boys here in town. Our buddy Lou bought a shirt and hat. My boy Alex G out of Bakersfield, shirt and hat. So we still have some shirts, and I'm out of hats, but we still have shirts anywhere from large to 5X. So we'll cover you no matter what size you are.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
5X?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to show me what that shirt looks like, kid.
I'm wearing it right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I could probably squeeze into a 4X. I just don't like them tight.
Okay.
I like them a little loose.
That's very loose.
Yeah. I could get into a 4X. Now that I've stopped drinking soda. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you'd like one and you'd like a shirt, Madhouse Sideshow on Instagram, all one word, go on there, DM us your size, and I will give you instructions on how to pay us. And dude, I'll ship them wherever, and I won't charge you for shipping. So if you're the person listening in Russia, or the person listening in Mexico or Wisconsin or Ireland, wherever it is that you're listening, and you want a shirt to represent for us, please let us know, and we'll get that taken care of. We'll get that out to you. Also, my buddy Jason and his girl Leah, we had gone out to dinner because they wanted a couple of shirts. They said, well, don't just deliver them. Why don't we just meet up? We'll have dinner. We just sat around, cut it up for a couple of hours, and pictures everywhere.
Pictures?
Yeah, pictures up on our Instagram.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Of us hanging out. There's pictures of us hanging around. There's a picture of Randy at Angel Stadium on Instagram wearing our shirt. So, everywhere. Getting out there.
Good. Glad to hear it.
So again, if you're looking for a shirt, you want a shirt, we appreciate the support. Madhouse Sideshow on Instagram. DM me your information. I'll tell you how to pay, and we'll get the shirt to you.
Nice.
Cool.
Speaking of movies, have you heard
of this movie called The Lie?
A movie called at Zola, the little at, like the Twitter handle,
right?
Dude,
at Zola.
Zola.
No, I haven't heard of it.
There was a stripper a few years back.
Like the way this sounds already.
Caught my attention.
Okay.
She had a whirlwind weekend.
Okay.
And she tweeted the description of the weekend. So it was like 150 tweets.
What?
One after the other.
You can only tweet 140 characters.
Okay, so it was okay.
Spaces.
So she had to break it up.
Including
spaces? Holy shit. Okay.
So, dude, I read it. If you have if you have 10 minutes, we'll put the link on the Instagram page.
Okay.
If you got 10 minutes, I implore you to read this. It is the funniest thing in the world. The way she speaks, the way she spells, and what actually happened. The funniest thing in the world. And the point of me saying this is because they made a movie. It became so popular that they made a movie about it. and it's gonna be coming out pretty soon. Called At Zola.
Okay.
Dude, she was working at Hooters one night. A white girl comes in with a sugar daddy. Zola is a black girl.
Okay.
And she says, you know, she's saying, "Oh, I'm a Hooters girl. I got to talk to the customers." And so the white girl tells Zola, you know, I'm a stripper. And Zola's reply is something along the lines of, "Bitch, me too." You know, and she's actually writing this. So they're talking about how they should, next time one of them dances, they should get a hold of the other one. They can make money together. And they said, "Cool."
Fuck.
So she says the next day, the girl contacts her. "Let's go to Florida. You know, I got a night."
The next day?
The next day.
Oh, shit.
And she goes something along the lines of, "Oh, we already, what'd she call it? Whole tripping together," or something along those lines. So she's like, "Bitch, okay, I'm down." So they take off to Florida. And dude, it's just crazy from that point on. Where they go, she acts like her pimp at night.
Holy shit.
They run into other pimps. Dude, it's bananas.
At your age right now, if you met somebody the next day, they called you, "Hey, dude, let's go to Florida."
Dude, at my age, I tell them to kick fucking rocks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny you say that because, yes, I would not. I'd be like, "Who's this?" I don't know.
What if I called you like, "Hey, Tony, get ready, dude. I'm going to come pick you up. We got to go to Florida right quick."
Yeah, it's not happening. And I know you for how long already?
I know, right?
And it's funny you say that because that's kind of how Manu and I got linked up in high school.
By hoe tripping to Florida?
Whole trip into Mexicali.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we only had one class together, Manu and I.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Go ahead.
And it was history or whatever, and we sat in the back. Funny thing is, my wife now, she sat actually in front of us, and we used to mess with her, and that's another story in itself. So he would tell me, because he's from Pasadena, he would tell me all the weekends. Every time he went to Pasadena for the weekend for a party or something,
right,
he'd come back and we'd talk about it.
He used to love talking about Pasadena.
Oh my God, Pasadena was everything. And by the sounds of his stories, it was.
Right.
So it was coming around Easter break, spring break, and he was telling me he was going to Mexicali to go party at his grandmother's house. "Oh, you should come with me. You know, we're going to party down. We'll go to these clubs." The club was called the Forum.
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, we go to these clubs, the Forum, dude. We're going to party." I'm like, "Cool, man. Yeah, I would be down. I don't know Manny like this, but, you know, hey, you chalk it up. You talk that trash."
Right. Yeah, for sure. Oh,
yeah, exactly. And then
we pull all kinds of hoes, dog. Me and you, shit.
So he's like, "Okay, man, I'm gonna pick you up." I was like, "All right, man, cool, whatever." I don't even remember giving him my address. So that week, you know, you get a week off of spring break.
Right.
Cool. That weekend passed as normal. The week passed as normal. And it was either a Thursday or a Friday night. Or Friday afternoon. Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon.
Okay.
I'm in my room. My mom comes walking in. She's like, "Hey, there's somebody at the door. There's two guys for you at the door. I've never seen them before." I was like, "All right." So I come walking out. And it was Manny and his Uncle Rick.
Okay.
And I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Dude, we're going to Mexicali. You ready?" And I was like, "Oh, you were being serious?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, again, at that age, let me go pack a bag.
Right.
Cool. Tell my mom, I'm going to Mexicali. She's like, "What?" And she didn't really, give me a hard time. I obviously she didn't because I went.
Right.
And dude, we partied down in Mexicali. When I say party down, I'm talking we ate the carne asada cart that has the tables in the middle of the road with the Cokes in the glass bottles.
Yeah.
And then at night we went and partied at the clubs and did that for like 2 or 3 days straight. Got back that Monday and him and I have been tight ever since.
Really?
Dude. thick as thieves ever
Wow.
since that weekend.
That's funny. He never invited me to Mexican. I've known him since middle school. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. And Marty. Wow, Manny's one of those people though. Like he's a drinker though. I haven't drank with him in a long time, so I don't know if he's still the same. Like
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and beer, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because he remodeled his house in Arizona,
Right.
and he took me on a tour on like FaceTime, and he's got a bar set up.
Yeah, in the backyard, right?
No, in the house.
Oh, in the house too.
Yeah.
I thought
It's a literal bar. You know, it's got the counter.
Yeah,
where
I thought that was in his backyard. I thought
No,
that's
that's
what he
inside
said.
the house.
Wow.
And it's got a beer machine, you know, a beer pour, whatever they call it. I don't know, a spout.
A tap?
A
Yeah,
tap?
tap. Yeah, he's still the same.
His dad too. His dad used to drink.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Woo.
very much. But you know what? He had moved to Pasadena after when we were in our 20s.
Who did?
Manuel.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and not that we lost touch, but obviously we don't hang out all the time. And
Right.
I think I don't know if I was married at the time, but obviously I was with my old lady, and went to visit him once or twice, and dude, he was drinking Bacardi 151 and Coke.
Holy shit.
Have you ever drank that?
Yeah, triple sec, right? Shit's gross.
Triple sec.
Yeah, it's 151, right?
Yeah, it was not triple sec.
Okay, so 151. Okay.
151 proof.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit is like jet fuel.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Dude, I'm like, how can you drink this? And that was his drink of choice at the time. I was like, man, you're really putting him back right now, son.
Wow. I didn't know he was that deep into it.
Well, I don't know how he is now. So.
Right.
But yeah, at that time, I was like, damn. Couldn't do it.
Mo's not much of a drinker though. Like he's kind of a drinker, but not.
Don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, once he went off to school,
It was done.
yeah, I didn't. We lost track.
So you stayed in contact, just not as much.
Actually, no. Him and I, we unfortunately like you,
Yeah.
but I mean, him and I, it was like a natural, just
Right.
Our lives just took us in different directions.
Oh, I thought you were more friends with him than you were with Manny.
No.
No.
I mean, I think we were all equally tight.
Right.
And then, of course, when you fell off, it was the three of us. And then, he came to my wedding. I went to his. But in between, it was no contact.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he got out of the city and found himself a girl and didn't have to explain, any of the backstory or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where I just got to stay away from the people that know the backstory and we'll be cool. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that when you're growing up and you do shit and you forget and you want to keep it that way. You know what I mean? You don't want other people bringing shit up.
I'm telling you, it's funny how I'm getting used to hearing Tony again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I said this in a previous episode, but after high school, after I got married, it kind of went back to Anthony.
Right.
And even like my sister-in-laws call me Anthony. And most of them, I should say. So that's more what I go by. And then if I ever heard somebody yell Tony, dude, I'm like, I don't want to turn my head. At a certain amount in the beginning of my marriage, if the phone would ring and they were asking for Tony, I'd be like, you got the wrong number. I don't know no Tony.
Ain't no Tony here, bitch. Gotta go. Call me on my other line. What's funny is here I kind of thought about it. Fuck, when I go back, like, fuck. I'm so used to hearing Mingo now, because all through, from elementary school to high school, it's always Domingo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I hear that, I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
That's my dad.
That's exactly
Fuck
what I
that.
heard. Oh, you're a junior?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, and it was my dad. My dad changed his name. That was his baptismal name. And when he got baptized, he changed that to his legal name.
Oh, wow. So we could have been calling you DJ all this time?
No. Yeah, no. Mingo's good. Stick with that. DJ. So speaking of that, when you gonna DJ the next backyard party?
I will play music at one of your backyard.
All right, there you
backyard
go.
parties.
There you go. Because you don't DJ. I remember. All right. I got you. I'm right there with you. Because it's funny. Because I tell people, oh yeah, I was radio. I DJ'd. Oh yeah, you wiki. No, not wiki. I didn't do that. I don't know how to do that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. I get scared still too. Sometimes people say your name or whatever out in public. You're like, ooh, come on, we gotta go. Got to go. I don't feel like I look a lot like I look the same, but I'm surprised at how many. Hey, you're Mingo, right? Or you're Domingo, right? And, no hablo inglés. It's crazy, brother. Crazy.
But that's nothing to complain about if you look the same.
No, it's not.
I'm just okay, good, because hey,
you haven't changed. You're just a little more peppery, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Because I've seen some people like, oh my God, who's that? Like, whoa.
Yeah, most definitely. There's a couple of people I've seen like, damn.
And it's funny you say that because I was speaking to someone. I know somebody that's going to be throwing their spouse a retirement party.
Okay.
I just met them, so I don't really know them all that well. But we were just talking about it, and she was telling me, I mean, he's older. I would assume 65, 70 from what it sounds like.
Shit.
But she was telling me that the majority of the people going to this retirement party is like 40 and over. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
So it's going to be an afternoon party.
Those are the best ones to have these days.
You fit the demographic very well.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I did. Because when she said like 40 and over, I was like, oh, cool. That's my group. That's my age group.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, 40s. Wow, nice. Afterwards, I'm thinking about it. A couple hours later, I thought about the conversation for whatever reason. And then it hit me.
You're on the back end of that 40s list.
I'm not even on the back end. I'm in my 50s now. Ooh. So it's like, that's when she says like people in their 40s, I'm thinking, okay, well now that's a decade younger than me now. Yeah. And dude, I'm receiving the AARP stuff. I'm receiving the, now you really look at the senior discount. Yeah, exactly.
The senior discount.
Exactly. But it really did not that this bothered me all that much, but it kind of reminded me. I was like, oh snap. I'm in my 50s. I'm not in the 40s no more.
Well, they say 50s are the new 40s, so you're back in the 40s. You're good. You're all right. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Thank you.
People in their 50s.
But man, dude, eye opening.
Well, the other day we were talking to this one of the girls that I work with. She's in her 20s, bro, and she said something about being 22 or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna be 22 this year, and I was like, God damn. I said, you realize I said, I'm like 2 months away from being 50. Oh, you don't look 50. Oh, that's really nice. You're full of shit, but all right, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But it's like, holy shit, dude. I never like 50, really?
Dude, I remember when I was young, and when I say young, I'm middle school, for example.
Right.
And my mom had to have been in her 40s at that point.
Yeah.
And she seemed so old and out of touch.
Yeah.
And now you're old and out of touch.
And I don't think I am.
No. I'm shaking my head because I'm the same. I don't think I am. But then there's certain shit like Milo. Like he thinks like you're way out of touch. Like
right.
Like our verbiage is so out of whack with what they talk about now. Like what is it? Thought and you're a thought. And what else did they say?
Why the fuck are you looking at me?
Because we talked about this not that long ago.
Well, my daughter, you know, when she spouts new words, I pretend like I know what she's saying, but then by the end of the conversation,
you fucked it all up.
No, I can understand what she meant.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, that she says this a lot. That's bottom, meaning that's whack in our verbiage.
Okay.
You know, oh, that's bottom. That's, you know,
Like ass. Okay.
it's just, yeah, exactly. It's like, but I didn't know what she bottom meant until, again, she's telling her story. When you drag someone, that means,
talk shit.
Yeah, you talking shit.
Snapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that?
And of course, opposite of bottom is top. Oh, that's top. I'm like,
Say less, bro. Say less.
I'm gonna stab both of you fuckers right now.
And then literally,
No, that's
my son does that. Oh, well, like,
no, that's just annoying.
yeah, but I think all kids do that, because there was something I was watching something and somebody was like, oh, my kid literally, like, keeps saying literally, like, he literally says literally for everything and the wrong way. Yeah, I didn't understand a lot of their, because he would say, oh, yeah, she's just a thought. I was like, a thought? What do you mean, like a thought? Well, yeah, like a thought. Like you thought about it, now it's over. Like, whatever. Oh, okay, okay. I can get behind that one.
You ever look into the Urban Dictionary?
Yes.
Yeah, that dude.
It helps, right?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There was a minute where I actually downloaded the app just so I could really quick look up stuff easily.
The most depressing
Really?
conversation I've ever had.
Wow.
But listen up, people. Urban Dictionary. That's your go-to for new words. Thought.
Yeah.
I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
Right.
Fleek. I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
Really? Like you couldn't even catch it while they were like in context when they were.
No.
Somebody would say it.
No, somebody said fleek about for some. I'm talking. This is when it came out, and I had no idea what they were talking about.
All right.
So, you can't tell me you can figure out what fleek means. If somebody just said it.
Oh, that's fleek. Oh, that's on fleek. Okay, well, that's good, right? Like you gotta. I can figure it out.
No, you're not that good.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. We don't know. We all can't be. I get that. And it's got to be frustrating. I understand that. But I am. Just know that.
Catch a fade.
Yeah, that one.
See, I had to look that up too once.
Catch a fade. Is that anything like catching vapors?
No, it's just getting your ass whooped. Exactly.
That's what I thought. My son was saying some shit one time. Y'all's bullshit don't even make sense.
Well, I remember one of the first ones that when I think I reached the peak and now I was coming back on the backside where, like you just said, it don't make sense. Like whack means that makes
bad.
total sense.
Right.
I think the first phrase I heard that I was like, that's dumb, was off the chain. First time I heard that, I was like, is that really a saying? Because that's so stupid. And I've said it ever since.
Right.
But the first time I actually heard it, I was like, that's kind of dumb. But hey, I guess I was getting old at that point in time.
You were. Because I thought that was cool.
Really?
No, that shit's off the chain. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. No. I mean, it is cool. Don't get me
What
wrong.
does Urban Dictionary say that it means?
That one I didn't look up.
No? What do you think it means? Like, where do you think it comes from? Like, what's the origin of it?
I have no idea. Are you going to school me right now?
No, I was just asking. I was asking. I would think that it would be like, oh, it's off the chain. Like, it's.
I don't necessarily think they say where it originated from. I just think they tell you what it means.
No. I get that.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
saying that. But that's why I'm saying, like, where do you think it comes from? Though, like,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of shit that we say that comes from certain places, or that how you can figure out how it came about. You know what I mean? Like off the chain, that would be like, oh shit, the pit bull's off. Like he's off and running. Motherfucker's off the chain. Watch out. You know what I mean? Shit's gonna get good. I don't know.
Oh, another new one is drip. You drip
Or
Dripping?
wet, right?
dripping. Is it dripping?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Why are you looking at me?
What does that mean? Like, oh, because you're dressed really
Yeah,
nice.
you dress real nice.
Yeah, all that shit went sideways for me when the boys started getting pretty. When they started worrying about their eyebrows and they started dressing better than their old ladies and that metrosexual shit.
Yeah, that's been going on for a while, though.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans always did like their eyebrows. And
Well, you guys have to.
Not bad, kid. Not bad.
Yeah, I think I just think it went too far. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you can't say it's too far, but it became too much.
You know what? Again, dude, that's just you getting old. Me getting old.
Because I remember my mom, Mom, I got to take a shower before I go. Why, Miko? Because the girl's going to see you and you're all dirty. They know you came from work. You've been sweating. They want a man that works, Miko. Again, my mom never talked like that.
Doesn't sound like that
at all. But in my head, when she spoke to me, that's what I heard. So that was always my perspective. Was like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Like, if you don't like it because I just got back from work, well, fuck, find you somebody that doesn't work then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't. I had to take a shower.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about like before going out. Like, I would take a shower before I went out, but and you know what's funny is I remember I had a perm when I was 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there.
A perm?
Yeah, hell yeah. Did my hair curly.
I don't remember that.
I was working at the bank at the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we working or like ROP working.
Well, I started off ROP, but then they hired me, so I was already working there when I did it.
You gave yourself you got a perm?
Hell yeah. And it's funny because Sebastian or Milo had come to me and said, Dad, I want to get a
fucking dare.
I want to get a perm. Hey, what? Yeah, I want to get a perm. I want to just, wait. Like, do you want it like, I don't even know how to, like a soft wave, or do you want it like kinky? Like,
it's called a finger wave, kid. Come on. Come on,
I'm not
player.
Puerto Rican, dog. My hair is straight as fuck. I never had to worry about kink. You know what I mean? Like, shit was always straight, pimping. And so he was like, yeah, I want the finger wave, or I want the, what's that? What's the wave when they do like the Caesar cut and it's like plastered on the head but it looks wavy?
Oh, I don't know if that has a particular name, but I know what you're talking about. It's like short, but the curls are real tight.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what he wanted. Like, what do you mean? Like, so then he was buying shit to make his hair, like, when he put product in it, that it would make it kinky. And I was like,
you didn't know me at this time, I don't think. I used to have real long hair in the beginning of high school. I think that
was just like when we first started, kind of.
I'm talking like past my shoulders.
Right.
But my hair is like really wavy and curly when it got long. So my buddy James, his sisters, he had older sisters, right? So I would tell them, my issue. And they're like, you need a hot comb. And I'm like, what you talking about, hot comb? So I didn't know this, but it's specifically for this, I think. And now I think they're electric.
Right.
They would put a comb on top of the stove.
Right.
And heat it up.
It's a metal comb.
Yeah. And then just straighten out your hair like that. So I wanted to buy one. And dog, when you that shit taps your neck, back of your neck or your forehead or something, it didn't last too long. I couldn't do it. Yeah, because once you take a shower, it's back to where it was
all over again.
So I was like, nah, this ain't happening.
I have a
hot comb.
I have a hot comb for my beard.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because I had let it grow out, but it would get like, after a while, it was just like all crumbled up. Like, I'd sit and comb it, and I had the little soft brush to comb it and comb it and comb it. And I remember when I was a kid, dude, like, my dad they would shave our head at the beginning of the summer, and then we'd start to let it grow out right away, right? So as it starts to grow out, all right, when you get out of the shower, sit on the couch, and you sit there with your little palm comb and comb that shit straight back. So I'm sitting there fucking for hours, dude, just sitting there going like that, combing my hair back, right? And okay, well, go put on a beanie or put on a hairnet. That way, it holds whatever the hair down and trains it to go back. So that kind of shit, like, we did that. Like, that was our shit back in the day. And then I remember 3 Flowers. You remember that shit?
Uh-huh.
Woo! Ooh-wee. But 3 Flowers is not a good look in the summer, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's way too fucking hot.
Yeah.
And then, like, it would go from being really waxy to runny, goopy shit in your hair. And then you'd use it looked like Mazzola, but a brighter yellow because you'd buy the liquid one. Oh, and then you start to sweat, right? So by the end of school, the shit's running down your neck. It's all greasy and shit. And then the flies are coming around because you got, man, some bullshit.
You know, back when I had long hair, if I didn't wash it like for a day or two, it would start laying flat.
Right.
So I would do that on the regular. And then I got shouted out by a girl. She kind of told me I kind of looked like a bum because my hair looked nasty because it looked like it was greasy and stuff.
Right.
Because, you know, back then you're always sweating and stuff.
Right.
And here I'm trying to think I'm looking fly. And she's like, no, you look like dog shit.
Whoa.
And yeah, it was bad. She was a friend, so didn't hurt that bad. But I didn't realize it was actually having the opposite effect.
Wow. She just straight out told you like...
Pretty much.
God
She didn't use those words, but yeah, it was bad.
You were crushed, huh?
Yeah, I was.
I bet.
Yeah.
That should have fucked you up. At that age, right?
Can I be honest with you, though? When I cut my hair...
Yeah?
Dude. It was a whole new me.
Yeah?
And
whole new chicks?
Yeah, it was something to see.
Yeah?
I have to admit, yeah.
I remember when you cut your hair in high school. You did look totally different. And I think that was when we started hanging out, not when you had long hair. I was like, fuck, that dude looks like a fucking bum. I'm going to stay over here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that whole fucking high school was a trip, though, dude.
Yeah.
And it was, and I don't know, it's got to be the same everywhere, right? Like, that's why you can watch movies about high school. But you know what's funny is, and these kids will never fucking experience this because, oh, no bullying, no blah, 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 no whatever, whatnot. I remember going into high school, and it was, hey, dude, don't get caught alone by the seniors because they're going to fucking put you in a trash can.
Yep.
Oh, you're going to get fucking pants and put in a trash can. I was like, fuck that. I'm not going out without a fight. I used to carry sharpened pencils. I'll stab a mother. Ain't nobody throwing me in a fucking trash can, right? Like, and, you know, you had that fear going into high school, right? These kids don't have that. And telling, hey, and then lockers, oh, you can get stuffed in a locker. But you can't fit me in a fucking locker to start, so I ain't worried about that, right? But, like, did you ever have that fear, like, in Tehachapi, like, really, who's going to...
Well, because they kept that going. Like, they told us, they were like, you'll get trash canned. That's what they called it. When a senior would put you in a trash can.
Right.
Wasn't really scared of it. Because you got to remember, I was with the same kids from 5th grade until senior year. I was with the same kids, same class, same age.
I remember in 9th grade, I bought a skateboard off of a kid in one of my classes. He found it in the desert underneath some bushes. Okay, this is when skateboards, I mean, they've always been in, but this is like when they're really hot. So he sold it to me, and the board itself, I don't remember the brand or what have you, was worth it. So I bought it. I got new trucks for it, where the wheels get attached to it. Yeah. Bought new wheels. I fixed it up, but the board itself was the same.
Okay.
So it took me, let's say, a month, 2 months to actually get it all put together. Because back then you got to do mail order.
Right.
You know, you got to send a money order. That takes a few days for them to get it.
Right.
Then they got to send, the whole shebang.
God damn that shit! Everything took forever back then, bro.
So I remember the very first day I brought it to school. My buddy James and I were walking through the hallways. And I'm walking, and all of a sudden, the arm that was holding the skateboard got pulled back. And it was this big football player. And he tells me, this is my skateboard. And I was like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? He's like, no, this is my board. He goes, where'd you get it? I said, I bought it off somebody. He goes, where did he get it? I said, he said he found it in the desert. He said he did. I hid it in the desert because I was actually... he gave me the story about he was skateboarding home. He was able to get a ride, but he couldn't take the skateboard with him, so he had to actually hide it, and he was going to come back later for it. Made sense. But I was like, well, it's mine now type deal.
Right.
And dude, again, he's a senior. I'm a freshman. So he wants to fight. So he's like, well, let's take it behind. I don't remember what it was.
Auto shop.
Yeah, something like that. By this point in time, there's a crowd forming.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck. Right. So, you know, me.
Stuffed it in your pocket for sand.
Exactly. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm like, if I go behind auto shop with this kid, I'm getting my ass whooped. So he goes, let's go behind auto shop. And I was like, fuck. I said, nah, let's handle this right here, right now.
Right.
And then the crowd goes, ooh. And, okay, now I'm on cloud 9, right? I'm fucking, I'm 10 feet tall at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, security got to be coming around at any second now. So I just got to keep talking until this,
there, right?
Until they get here. And sure enough, they did. We got sent to the office, and dude, a relief. Because again, dude, if I'm going behind auto shop, I'm lucky if I get 2 licks in.
Right.
And it's over at that point. So we're sitting there waiting to see the principal. And we're kind of, a few seats between us. And so he's telling me, he's like, look, man, I can't get in trouble. I play football, da-da-da. He goes, but that's my board. And I was like, look, dude, I bought, I don't remember, $20. I said, but these wheels and these trucks and all this stuff is mine. I paid for this. This is not the stuff that came on it. He goes, well, if you give me the board back, you take your trucks and stuff. So we kind of hashed it out right there. So by the time the principal got involved, we were like, look, we already settled it. We're cool, And she was like, all right, cool. Go back to class. So it was handled.
So you lucked out.
Dude.
So how much did you lose on the deal? Just the $20?
Yeah. But now I got all this shit without a board. So I had to buy a board, which at that point in time was available. You could.
Right. You can get
but
anywhere.
I think, at the time, I think they were like, a board was probably $6,200.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, that shit was big back in the day.
Yeah.
Was it one of the pointy ones, or right when they got fat?
It was a fat one. It had the little lip at the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could stop, right?
Yeah.
Shit. I never tried those, dude. I got on. I think I fell off a couple of times. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I couldn't. I could do one trick, which is when you roll in and then you kind of have it slide to stop.
Yeah,
that I could do. But the one thing I could never understand how people did it.
Just flip it.
No, is when you have one foot on it and your other foot is pedaling.
Yeah,
how the one foot that they have on it is in the back of the board.
I never seen that.
Where my foot was always had to be on the front.
Yeah.
And then when
that's how you control it, right?
Yeah. Some guys, they had it on the back of the board, and they were rolling like that. I could never understand how they did that.
Yeah, that's weird. How would you control it from the back?
It's pretty much the same thing.
As the front. Yeah.
It's
just a different. Like maybe you were pushing too hard.
You can probably take a longer stride if you have it on the back. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
could never figure out how they did that.
So, okay, so how old were you again when you moved from New York?
Whatever third grade is.
So third, fifth. So you're like 8, 9 years old.
Something like
that. So, did you know how to like ice skate and shit from out there? Like, did you?
No.
Okay. Did you learn how to roller skate or what's the other one? The inline?
Blade
when you got on here?
Blade wasn't around back then.
Okay.
Roller skating was.
Did you know how to roller skate?
No. I mean, I tried. I had the black boots with the green wheels and the green stopper in the front. But no, I didn't. I wasn't a pro at it in the least bit.
I begged and begged for some dog. I want to learn how to do. I want to learn. Cabron, you're not going to do it. You're going to get him. You're going to fall, and you're going to be, that's it. No, I won't. I'm going to try. Sure enough, bro, I got on them bitches. I got them on. I was like, yeah. So I finally stood up, and I'm like.
Not going.
Yeah, trying to. But the fucked up part is I'm doing it Like, well, here in Thousand Palms, the road wasn't nice. It had fucking rocks in it, right? For traction. Well, then the cement that my parents had where I was at, there was little pebbles everywhere, so you could you'd have to fucking sweep, and then the pavement wasn't level, like it had the little ridges in it because it did the sweeping on there, so you wouldn't slip if it was raining. So it was just a really not good conditions to learn, right? So I'm standing there and I try to move and I couldn't, and then all of a sudden something would happen. And instead of going forward, my foot would slide forward, and now I'm on my fucking heels. And I couldn't turn myself enough to land in the grass. I landed backwards, and I fucking my hands and because I had broken both fucking wrists, so they were weak at that point. Fucking wrist. I ended up with a sprained wrist. I was like, nope, I'm done. I told you, cabrón, you better get out there and learn how to use them goddamn roller skates. Porque hijo de su chingada madre. Oh, God. Okay.
Like I said, I had the black boot with the smaller green wheels.
Right.
And, dude, I mean, it looked like Doc Martens with green wheels on the bottom.
Yeah.
And not too long after that came they actually looked like tennis shoes. So they weren't high tops.
Right.
And the wheels were fatter.
Okay.
And those were hot.
And you learned how to use those?
No, I never got one of those. I think I was probably getting out of the roller skates at that point.
What about, what were they called? Heelys? Did you ever have any of those?
I was going to start talking about those.
Dog.
Because I had one of those for fucking real.
Aren't those the shoes with the wheels in them?
Yeah.
Come on, Blair.
Shoes with one wheel at the back.
Those came out when we were in our 20s or maybe even 30s.
So, did you have any?
No. And I hope you didn't.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You realize you sit down when you pee, right? Looking at me like I'm crazy.
When you go to the potty?
Yeah.
At night, yeah. Okay, but I'm not a 20-year-old that get... Dog.
I never had any. I couldn't stay up. I couldn't stay up on fucking four wheels.
That shouldn't even play a part. So you're telling me if you could have roller skated back in the day, you would have bought yourself a pair of Heelys?
I may have.
Oh my!
I don't know.
I had a pair.
I'm not that age anymore.
I had a pair, and every day I'd go to school and have the wheel in and wheel up to school. Then
Right.
when you go to class, you take the wheel out, put it in your backpack. Then the second class was over, I put the fucking wheel back in, go to my next class.
So they were in the heel. So you just keep your top of your foot up just a little bit, and just roll.
Mm-hmm. Get a running start and catch the wheels good.
You know what's funny is, dude, I remember when I was getting my bike, bro. That was my fucking. I'm out.
Fuck.
Wake up, I'm gone all motherfucking day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? These guys. Oh, you want a banana?
Okay, the reason is because I had to ride my bike to and from school. I hated riding my bike because it was work. I had to ride it to school and ride it home with my backpack and all that shit.
Well,
so I got home and I didn't want to do anything.
Well, like out here, it's pretty flat. Like even if you are going uphill, you don't know you're going uphill half the time because just the way it's laid out. But like him, it's like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's even going uphill and downhill going home and to school.
Because I'll tell you what, man. When I went from the first school I went to out here, Cielo Vista, to Vista Del Monte, dude, we get a bike, you get the pegs on the back, and there's three of us on that bike.
Yep.
One kid's pedaling, one's on the handlebars, and one's on the back.
Yep.
Rolling like a clown show from the circus. But that's how, dude, we went everywhere like that.
And you had to keep pedaling because you couldn't fucking stop and start again. You were like, no, we got to keep going.
Yep.
Better start yelling when we hit
and the funny thing is, one guy's holding your shoulders, and he's standing straight up, and the other dude's trying to balance himself on the handlebars, and you're just pumping.
And then there was that one motherfucker that wanted everybody to ride with him that didn't have the pegs on the back.
Yeah.
So you trying to just put your little feet on like an inch and a half of fucking nut and fucking bolt, and you're like, oh fuck. You knew that shit was gonna go bad.
You ever we tried it a couple of times. Try to throw a stick at somebody's trying to drive by, try to get in the spokes.
Did you ever put playing cards in your spokes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
you get that nice
funnest
sound.
shit in the
Yeah.
world.
Dope.
Got in trouble for doing that.
For
In
doing
trouble.
Yeah.
Putting
For
playing
putting a
cards?
playing card, yeah.
Why'd you get in trouble?
Because it sounded like a motorcycle. Mom came outside. What are you doing? So I put a card in my bike. I can't remember the fight, but yeah, she wasn't happy.
Oh wow.
So
I mean, because dude, we used to take bikes apart, dude, strict to the ball bearings and
Yep.
in the wheels.
I used to paint. Like, I'd
Oh yeah.
paint them all the time, dude.
Yep. I remember we had Schwinn's. So on the front of the frame, it had the little
And you had to tape
disc.
around it.
You taper. Well, we would paint something in that disc, a lightning bolts, whatever,
Right.
and then tape it, and then paint the rest of the bike. Good times.
Yup.
And dude, spend hours on that stuff.
Right, and not give a shit how hot it was outside or whatever. I'm gonna get this shit done tonight. That way I can go out and show everybody tomorrow. Shit.
Dude. And then when you know, because the first bikes we got were like cheap and all that stuff, and not that I ever had a nice bike, but when you had somebody that came with a freewheel and they could go like as they're riding, they just start pedaling backwards,
And you're like,
yeah, kid.
dope. And you'd have to go home. Hey, Dad, this kid was riding his bike and he was standing on his pedals and then he went backwards and the bike said, Zzz.
I remember one time some kid in elementary school got a brand new bike, freewheel,
Okay.
and I handle brakes. You know, I didn't understand them.
Right?
So I'm riding, had to slow down, had to stop, and I just pulled one of them, and it was the one in the front.
Oh,
So the
went over
back
the top?
came up, and bike landed on me, and everybody's laughing at me. It's like that's what happens when you ride a rich kid's bike.
Right? Well, I remember my dad figured out how to take the brake element out of the back of the bike, out of the back wheel. So he learned how to make a freewheel,
Okay.
right? So he made me one, but we couldn't afford to get the brakes. He said, it's going to go whizzz when you want, but you got to figure out how to stop. All right. So I used to fucking ride, then I'd fucking jam my foot into the fork.
Yeah.
Trying to slow that bitch
Yeah,
down.
you rubbed your foot against the tire.
But then I got in trouble because they would buy me one pair of shoes. And like one time, I remember they bought me these pair of shoes. I fucking hated them, bro. I wanted fucking Nikes and they bought me like ponies or like a cheap version of ponies. And so I would fucking ride and I'd put both my feet down to slow me. Slow. Oh, man. Cabrón, hijo de tu chingada. I saw you out there, cabrón. You're going to wear those shoes to school now. And vas a ver. You're going to be embarrassed because you're going to have holes in your shoes. And
My uncle, which is nephew's grandfather, dude, he had to. I wouldn't call it a trick, but he would be able to ride a bike backwards. Like he'd sit on the handlebars face backwards.
oh, okay.
And then pedal. And dude, it is the funniest thing in the world to watch somebody do that. Because you're not doing it fast. You're just coasting.
Right.
And you're looking behind you, and he could turn. He'll go in a circle and go back in the other direction and just, calmly riding it backwards. I tried and couldn't do it. Could not do it.
How many times did you try to stand up with one foot on the handlebar and one foot on the seat?
I've never tried that.
Oh, you never tried
No,
that?
no.
Oh, yeah. I tried it once. Just once, though. That was enough. I got
Sounds
hurt.
like it didn't go too
I
good.
got hurt, and then I got an ass whooping for getting hurt. You know the way that works.
When down the street from where we lived, there was doing new construction. They were building like a new apartment building,
Right?
and so there was like big mounds of dirt and plywood everywhere.
Right?
So, dude, we made this jump. We built this, took one of the hills of sand and just added to it, and it threw a piece of plywood on it.
On top of it, just
Yeah. And I remember seeing my brother and the older kids and just flying down the street, taking this jump and landing in the dirt. So it was my turn to go do it, and I got scared, so I didn't go fast enough. So as soon as I got to the end of the ramp, I just went straight down.
You went face first down, right? Holy shit. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that the last time that we were over at Ivan's. Our buddy Henry was there. And, Henry used to live like 5 streets back this way, right? And I lived across the street. So if you go up in that little corner that starts this way, like that, right?
Okay.
Where those houses round right there. So none of those houses were there. It was just mounds of dirt, and they called it a dike, right? So what it is when it would rain, that would be kind of like a dirt dam to keep just water from flooding down, right?
Okay.
So they would put a good, 50 feet of dirt, of different mounds of dirt. And then, so all the kids, what's on the other side of that hill? So we'd all fucking ride our bikes up there. And then we started making a path to the top, right? So then we'd look down and, oh, look, we could make a jump with that one. So sure enough, we fucking grabbed a shovel and 3 or 4 of us were out there and we're fucking moving dirt around. And we made the little jump, right? And we would all go, and everybody would ride. Everybody would take their turn. It was a cool time out there. The problem is that the sand would get super soft. So if you were one of the last ones to do it, and you didn't know to pull up your front end a little bit, you would that tire would sink, and you would turn, and you'd take a handlebar to the gut, and over the top you'd go. Like, I had so many bruises on my belly and my balls, all that, like between my legs from landing and slipping off the pedal and hit. Oh my God, dude! But we used to we'd catch air, dude. Ask Henry, watch. He'll tell you all that kind of shit. And then we would wait till like it would rain, right? And it would get like a pond right there. So if it rained really fast, the water didn't have enough time to percolate down. It would just stay on top of the dirt and slowly go down. Right. So we would ride our bikes through the mud. That was oh fuck yeah, let's go, blah blah. I'd come home with fucking mud all the way up my back, all in my hair, like, because you'd sit there and spin, right? Well, the fucked up part is if you got caught in somebody else's track, right? Because everybody starts going down the same way. So you all start off in the same place, and some people try to keep going straight. Well, that makes that mud even softer, right?
Okay.
So you'd have to really kind of like start off and cross in a different direction, right? Problem is that some places were softer than others, and you weren't going to make it. So you'd go and you'd try to go as fast as you can, and all of a sudden your fucking bike just stops. And you're standing up, and you're like, fuck. You'd put your feet down, you'd come out of there with just your bike and one sock. And now you got to ride home on them because everybody had like the spiky top. Remember those pedals?
Yeah.
They were just that, like, they looked like a horseshoe, but they had the spikes up. Oh, those things used to fucking hurt. But anyways, everybody would try to have to pedal home on those with just one sock on. Dude, so I tell you what, dude, we should go out there one day and go behind all that shit and just go look for shoes. I bet you we could find a shitload of kids' shoes back there, dude.
Back in the day, there used to be I don't know if you ever went to Palm Springs, a bike shop called Bicycle Barns.
Oh no.
On Sunrise and Ramon. They used to do, it's incredible how the cities change over the years. There used to be an Alpha Beta there. There used to be I think it was a Straw Hat Pizza and a liquor store, corner of Sunrise and Ramon.
Yeah, it's right there across the street from the park, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there used to be a bike shop called Bicycle Barns.
Okay.
And it was like BMX bikes. Well, all kinds of bikes, but at that age, all we're looking at is BMX bikes.
Right.
And it's just amazing how I could be in there for an hour or two.
Just looking at
Just
stuff.
looking. Every weekend for an hour or two. Inventory doesn't change. You're looking at the same thing
right
every time you go, but
you were just in awe of it, no matter how many times you went.
Hours and hours just spent there looking at these bikes.
I remember always wanting one, but my bike barn was at the dump. Like we'd go, and the guys that were working at the dump at the time, they would take they would see whatever anybody threw, and if they thought it was good, they'd put it to the side. Right? So, like, let's say my dad now goes to the dump and he throws all the shit that he's got. He'll stop and he'll look through, oh shit, I could probably fix that. And he'll put that in the back of his truck. And then, so he started coming home with bike parts. and he had this little fenced off area, like a chain link fence area in the backyard. There was nothing but bike parts. I mean, he had fucking frames, he had rims, he had fucking forks and seats and like all this bullshit. And he made himself this. It used to be like a volleyball pole. And he made it with two different pieces, right? So that he could hang the frame, and it would catch on that little lip,
Okay.
through the where the forks would go, right? And he would fucking send them down, and he'd paint them and get them ready. And he was making 2-3 bikes a week, you know what I mean, and put them out front and selling a bike, right? So I had a bike like every week, like I knew that I could roll around. And, oh, that's a cool ball. You want to buy it? Let's go talk to my dad. So my dad would be selling bikes all week. But I had a brand new bike for a couple of fucking days. I remember there was one he made that was fucking black and yellow, I think, or brown and yellow. I don't even remember exactly what colors. I fucking wanted it. No, mijo, we have to sell it. We have to sell it. Fucking sold my bike.
I remember reading the BMX magazines.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, I remember Fox was being a big brand, and the F and then the O had like a little fox head on it.
Yeah.
Mongoose.
Mongoose was huge.
Dude.
Redline.
I rode Mongoose.
Redline was
And
shit.
Fox.
Haro? Was Haro one?
Yeah, Haro was a shit too back in the day.
Oh man.
Everybody, you got a fucking Haro, dude? Fuck.
Redline, yeah, I remember Redline. Was Nikita or Makita a bike?
Not that I'm aware of, no. Makita was a tool. It was a wireless, like drill and shit.
No, Nikita. That was a brand. I'm looking it up right now. Sure enough, yeah. Nikita. So, Cycle Pro. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And when I remember saving up for these grips called mushroom grips. They're rubber, but the actual part where you sit your hand in, they're like rubber discs. So when you would squeeze it, they would like squeeze down. Dude, and I'm talking save up 6 months. Those things must have been like $6.
Right, because it was all your recycling money, all your fucking cutting yard money.
Yeah, kid. Oh, man.
I remember, Dad, I want to buy this one. There's a fucking lawnmower. I'm like, fuck. And what's fucked up is like, okay, like where you lived, right? Hey, there's a fucking lawnmower. Cool. I got a whole fucking street and then back up the other way of houses I could do.
You're tripping. Are you talking about me?
Yeah. Right?
No.
Come on.
Me.
Yeah.
No.
Where you lived, it wasn't like that?
No. It was a street full of apartment buildings.
Oh, yeah, you were fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't lucky enough to grow up in a household with both parents in a house.
You've heard his stories, right?
It's a lot better than mine because you live on a street that has houses.
Wait a minute. On that whole block where I live, I'm talking about from Circle K all the way to the top, maybe 5 fucking houses.
Oh yeah, because they were probably
everybody was far apart, and ain't nobody had grass because there was nothing blocking all the sand.
But you'd come home and tell your mom about your day, and then your dad would come home and he'd complain about his day.
No.
And then your brothers and sisters were here. See,
no.
I mean,
no. I had my older sister.
I'd have to walk through apartment complexes,
through nice sidewalks and lit sidewalks into the apartment complex. Where I had to run across the desert,
dude,
being chased by a dog.
Did I ever tell you our family friend Griselda,
right,
about the apartments? Dude, I moved out here in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
My first set of apartments, we lived there for 2 years. Okay. We moved out after 2 years, moved to the other side of Palm Springs.
Okay.
We went from the south side to the north side of Palm Springs. So 3rd and 4th grade, I was down here on one side. 3rd and 5th and 6th was in another elementary school. And then I went to Raymond Cree for junior high.
Right.
Griselda, my wife's best friend since 14 years old. One day, not too long ago, less than a year ago, we're talking about growing up and stuff. and how when she got into the 5th grade, she moved into an apartment complex. And I think it might be the same complex that I moved out of.
Really?
That she moved into. Because it's the same street. We don't remember the addresses, of course.
Right.
But, based on the description, it didn't have a pool, which ours didn't. And it was only a 6-unit place, which most of them were.
Right.
It was like remember how we just mentioned the Melrose place?
Right.
It was kind of like that, where it was
just U-shaped.
Yeah, U-shaped. But there were several of them that were like that.
Right.
So we might have actually just missed each other.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
So you and your wife, I'm sorry, Griselda and your wife still talk?
Yeah.
Right on. I haven't seen her since graduation.
Really?
Yeah. The same with, what's funny is the same with Jason Herrick, the one that bought the shirts that we had gone to dinner with. Bro, I mean, I remember him from high school, and yeah, we had a lot of people that we shared in common, and we were sitting and talking, and he still kind of hangs out with some of the older people, but kind of like both of us when when I first came back, I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm gonna just keep a real small group. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be out socializing with them. Keep a real small group, right? And he was kind of the same way. He said, dude, I haven't talked to anybody or called anybody since I've been back. He said, I don't want to reach out to too many people. He said, but it was the same kind of thing. Like you had said something about riding with him to school or whatever. And he kind of remembered that kind of thing. But dude, it's such a small community.
Yeah.
Even though it's big, dude, like from all the way down to Coachella to the north end, but everybody may not know each other, but knows somebody that knows somebody or something about you.
Again, when we were growing up, you have to remember there was Palm Springs High School,
right?
And the next one was Indio,
right?
And there was no
Kansas
Palm
City.
Desert opened like in our senior year, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But other than that, I mean, dude, it was like, as far as this side of town, you either went to Raymond Cree or you went to Nelly and Kaufman.
Right.
And then you went to Palm Springs High School, period. So everybody knew everybody.
Well, that's why, what do we have, like almost 500 people in our graduating class? 483 or some shit like that?
I don't remember.
We had the largest graduating class, and we were the 50th class to graduate from Palm Springs High School. We were the golden anniversary for that high school.
What averages now as far as graduating class? I mean, because I'm not saying that 400, 500 people is not a lot, but what is it in comparison to these days?
Well, I'm sure it's got to be a lot more because there's so much more. Excuse me. Here in the desert, that there's no way that it hasn't maxed out or at least competed with that same amount of people
per school. Because I mean, now there's like, dude, it's like.
Well, yeah, but think about
Rancho Mirage, there's Cathedral City, there's Palm Springs, there's a Hot Springs.
But think about how big Cathedral City has gotten since we were in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's packed. Look at how much has grown here, just on the other side of the freeway going towards, Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert. All that shit is packed right there. Rancho Mirage, all that area too that shit is all packed.
You want to know what's funny too? Now that you mention it, going to parties in Cathedral City, where it was like this, 1,000 Palms, where the houses are sporadic,
right?
And so somebody was having a party, and you'd have to know somebody who knows how to get there,
right?
And now that I even think about it more, dude, we're in 9th grade, 10th grade. I don't remember how we got to these parties,
right?
And dude, we used to party.
And didn't know how we got home either at the time. Or who brought us. You know what I mean? Shit.
Man, we used to party. Man. Remember, it was DJ Michael Wright.
Right.
And there was another dude that would DJ all the time. I think Greer was his last name. Ellis Greer, maybe? Is that ringing a bell?
It sounds about right.
Those two would always, if there was a party, one of those two would be DJing.
Well, then the younger DJs was like Sanchez. What's his name? Little Mexican dude.
Arnulfo. No. Adolfo?
You're close.
Alfonso.
There you go.
Yes.
He lives out here now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because he used to hang out with the dude that rapped.
Wow. Darren.
Yeah.
They made a song on a maxi cassette. Dog. Oh, what was the name of their little duo? Oh, man.
I don't know, but Darren's sister's hot, dude. Just gonna throw that out there. Just saying.
I don't hear words. I don't think I've seen Darren since middle school.
He looks the same, bro. He boxes now.
He's out here?
Yeah. He
What's his last name? Hughes?
yes.
Darren Hughes. Alfonso Sanchez.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Chase Martinez too, right?
Uh-huh.
He started doing all that stuff, so
I think the name of their song was "It's Time to Rock." Oh
right,
my
because
God.
that was the name that he used. What the fuck did he call himself in high school?
I don't remember.
Oh, it's gonna fucking bug me now, dude.
Yes, I remember it, dude. It was a little catchy tune. It was on a maxi. I remember the cover. Remember, it used to have just a slip cover, like like a hot pocket where you put a hot pocket in it, and it had their picture on it. Sold it at the Record Alley or Anthony Shane's.
Oh shit, dude! I haven't heard those names in forever.
Dude, yeah.
There he is, right there.
Yeah, he does look the same.
He didn't change at
That
all.
smile.
Yup.
Oh, wow.
And I think I want to say that part of his name was Rock. His rapping name back in the day. I don't remember. But he's very into religion. I know he was back then, but even more so now. And so is it looks like so is Sanchez.
For some reason, I want to say he became a pastor at one point.
I think you're right.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Wow. It's Time to Rock, I believe is the name
What
of
was
the
it?
song. It's Time to Rock.
Time to rock, huh?
Oh, man, I would actually sing it right now, but I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Come on.
No.
Just
it
a
ain't-
little bit of
It's
it.
not going to happen.
Just a little bit of it.
No, it's
Nothing?
not going to
No?
happen. But it
Come
used to have
on.
these like little beats, little drum sounds in it. Oh, man, that was good.
I bet you he'd love to hear it. You can drum it up. You don't have it still?
Oh, no, there's no way. I don't have that.
I forgot they had just those little fucking sleeves, bro.
You just slip it right in and
Yeah,
out.
just yup.
Instead of buying, what happened was instead of buying the little 45s of a single,
Right.
then they came out with the maxi single. I couldn't tell you how many of those I had.
I don't know how many different cassette carrying cases I went through. And then out here in the heat, man, you couldn't
Yeah.
leave them outside.
Yeah. I remember I had the little suitcase that had the double side.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it was like 50 per side.
Mm.
And dude, that was maxed out. And, then you still got everything at home.
And then I went to CD, look at that big ass CD case shit. Like 40 pounds worth of CDs dragging in and out of the house. And then you had to take your stereo out too. And fuck, man, it became too much.
Yep.
It's not, even now, dude, these kids nowadays don't steal stereos. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just saying, it's a different lifestyle that y'all lead.
Yep.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you guys are just talking about your past. I can't really butt in on that. Like, yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
What were kids doing?
I was
What were
there.
kids doing in high school when you were in high school?
I just hung out with my friends. I didn't give a fuck about nobody else.
Did you just go to parties?
Look at me. No. I was not and am not a party goer.
And what is it? Just that?
I don't like people.
All right, there you go.
Fair enough answer for you.
I'm good. You stopped me in my tracks. I'm good. Fair fucking enough. Fuck everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Just it's so weird to sit back and think about all the shit. Like, I remember going to one party where I got there and we got in the backyard. I don't even think we started drinking, and there was gunshots, and you heard the gunshots, and then the fucking lights come on. Everybody's fucking jumping the fence, running through the desert because there wasn't enough houses to be right next to each other. So you had to jump the fence to get out. and you had to figure out wherever your friends were. Like, all right, dude. So if the party breaks up and we don't catch each other at the car, where are we gonna catch each other?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I'd be like, fuck that, I ain't walking through the desert all the way home.
The first time I learned about not, let me ask you this first. You don't stand in front of a window at a party?
No.
Okay, why not?
You want to get shot?
Exactly. I didn't know that rule.
Okay.
I went to a party in the North End once. And we was partying, and I don't know what I was talking, chopping it up with somebody. And some dude comes walking over to me. He's like, man, you brave. And I was like, I'm thinking he was telling me I'm brave because
you were there in the North End, right?
Yeah, what are you doing in North End? But, anyways, he's like, I was like, what's up? Like, why you say I'm brave? He's like, because you don't stand in front of a window at a party. And I was like, why not? He's because if they start spraying, you the first one is gonna catch one. I was like, holy shit, you're right. Never knew that.
Yep. You don't stop to think about that kind of shit.
Tony Estrada taught me to lean in the middle, to lean towards the center of the car as you're rolling.
Right.
For the same reason. I didn't know that either.
What do you mean?
When you're riding in a car,
They're gonna aim for seats.
well, you don't
the
hang
headrest.
out. You don't hang out towards the door.
Right.
You hang out. You're leaning in towards the center of the car. So in case somebody starts shooting,
I always did that shit. I didn't even think about.
That just felt natural.
Yeah.
To lean in.
well, that's what he told me because I was riding normal. I was like, he's like, because we roll places we shouldn't be.
Right.
And he was like, man, you need to learn to lean in. I was like, what are you talking about leaning in? He's in case it starts shooting, you're already halfway down. You can,
Right.
you ain't got that much further to go.
You just roll on
I
down.
was like, damn. It's like that.
Dude, fuck y'all think about some crazy ass shit. Where y'all taking me to? Shit. Drop me off right here. I'm good. Fuck that. Yeah, dude, it's fucking it's crazy the things you start to think of and shit. You know what I mean? Like when in a club, I never went to the bathroom by myself. Or I would tell them, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Keep an eye. That way, if somebody, like if I would have gone in and somebody that they knew didn't like me or whatever would come in behind me, well, then they know they should
Damn, what
come.
kind of clubs you going to?
Well,
Because that was never a concern with us going to
fuck.
clubs.
Well, it wasn't so much here. It was more when I didn't live around here, just because I was by myself. So, I mean, I knew that if we went out somewhere that we weren't going to go anywhere where that kind of shit was going to happen. Right. And out here, everybody fucking knew us, so it didn't really fucking matter either. You know what I mean? We weren't that kind of people that were getting that kind of attention. But I learned early on when I didn't live here, apparently I have a not so friendly face and people wanted to try it out. So,
They wanted to test you?
yeah, dude, all
That's
the
that
fucking
motherfucker
time.
on the radio talking that trash all the time.
Dude, I tell you what, and it always was the dudes that like the buff dudes that worked out that, I mean, here I am, I'm heavy, just having a good time, bro. And always muscle nuts that want to try me out. I'm like, dog, for real? Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Always. But I had more people wanting to have a good time than any of that kind of bullshit. But yeah, dude, always just watching shit out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I became paranoid after a while, I think, too, you know what I mean? Going places. And I think it was good for me to get out of the city, but at the same time, I was more on alert being out there. And I didn't want to get in any bullshit out there anyways because I had no fucking family.
Right.
My family didn't have the money to fucking fly out to New Mexico or send it to New Mexico to get me out. And if they got me out, where the fuck I'm going to go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta go.
Any, for lack of a better description, dirty stuff I would do.
Right?
I mean, all that happened at such a young age.
Right.
By the time I was 20, definitely 21, Dad was just so behind me. And
Yeah.
like I said, going to clubs, that was, we weren't in that kind of crowd. I wasn't in that kind of crowd.
Yeah. You didn't go to many clubs?
And what?
You didn't go to many clubs? Or yeah?
Just the ones out here. Zelda's and Cecil's on Sunrise was our place of
Oh,
choice. That was the spot, kid.
I hated going to clubs, dog.
Oh, we used to love
Especially
it.
when I was working, I hated it. I don't like being in small confined places like that where like I don't know everybody and shit like it used to bug me.
I didn't like Zelda's. Zelda's was a meat market.
Mm.
And Pompeii
Was even worse, right?
No, Pompeii was too, as Seabass would say, was too uppity, too bougie.
That's what I would say.
For you? God damn.
I fit in right now. I fit in perfect now, but back then, no, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
And plus, I think it was an older crowd that went to Pompeii.
Yeah, probably.
So now you fit in two ways.
What about bananas?
Old and bougie.
Bananas was cool.
Ice. What was it? Ice House.
Ice House.
Isn't that what it was called? The place with the slushies. What the fuck was that shit called?
Chillers.
Chillers. There you
Chillers was the spot.
Ice House.
go. Yeah. Sorry, I used to work
You mean
there.
Igloo.
But Cecil's was our place.
Yeah.
Our spot.
I thought Cecil's was like an older club though, or was it
an
just
old
more
building.
mellow?
It was popping off. It had 2 rooms. One room had a live band. The other room had the DJ. Dude, that was the spot. Dude, we had good times up in there.
Did you ever try playing music at one of those places?
What do you mean?
Well,
You don't DJ.
You don't DJ. So did you ever try playing music at one of those
Oh
places?
no, not at all. No,
Never tried any of
at
that?
that point. No, I
No.
wasn't even.
It wasn't like part of your arsenal, or was
No,
it
not at all.
just not that into
Not
it?
in my world.
What about now? Would you ever try to do that now?
No,
No.
not at all. I don't know today's music at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I bet you'd do a lot better at it than you think you would, even not knowing the music, just because you're able to blend music. You're not stopping and starting shit. So being able to keep the music flowing and keeping people out on the dance floor, you'd probably do a lot better than half these fucking cats that are out there. Fucking hacks.
Again, it's the style of music. I shouldn't say style.
The unstyle of music?
No, it's the
Genre?
I get genre, not genre.
Era.
Era, exactly.
There you go. All right.
I was waiting for you to stop so that I could butt in.
If you catch me, if I played music that was in the right era,
Yeah.
I would have no problems, none. But again, that era has to be,
So basically, it'd have to be like a freestyle club, right? Because that's your repertoire. That's what you like.
No, I play more. I'm more disco,
Okay.
freestyle, 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can do some 2000s.
Right.
I think my cutoff, honestly, was about maybe
2003.
10 years ago now.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
And there are some songs now that are really good.
Right.
Like, not necessarily, they're popular, but not necessarily. The rap and the hip hop, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and there's no R&B out right now either. So that whole era is done with.
Yeah.
They gotta bring somebody back that's just so spectacular to reinvent that wheel
Right.
before anything happens. And the same with rap. To bring it back, they have to have somebody that's going to come out and be so spectacular.
And now that I remember something, you mentioned for your 50th, something was probably going to happen. Some
Right.
sort of celebration. And because you and Manuel are so close, I've already got
You're booked?
Yeah, I'm booked for his birthday. Whatever weekend it lands on. I mean, this has been in 2 years in the working.
No, I know.
Yeah, okay.
Well, because he, at one point, because I was supposed to go out for one birthday and I didn't go. He said, "Listen, fucker, our 50th birthday," because it's exactly how he said it. "Hey, listen, fucker, our 50th birthday is in a couple years." He says, "We'll throw a double party and you come out and you stay with us. We'll do like a 70s theme party or like an 80s theme party or
He told me it
whatever."
was 80s.
All right. So, but that was the last conversation I had with him about it. So I don't know. I don't know where it's at in the plan.
I don't either.
So
I just know if he's throwing something, it's
So he's more important. Okay. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. No, I kind of figured that as much too. So, fuck it. If that's because I told my sister was asking, well, what are we gonna do for your birthday? Well, fuck, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? And she was like, well, we'll go to Vegas. I said, okay, well, we got to figure out when. Like, I got to talk to my boy and find out, okay, so are we doing a party? And then somebody wants to come out from Albuquerque to come visit.
You know people still out there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they coming out?
They?
I don't know if they want their gender.
Oh, okay.
So.
She may be coming out. I don't know.
What?
So, well, it all depends. Like, supposed to come like at the end of September. And then, so I know that first weekend, it's either going to be with Manny and all them, or Manny and all of us out in Phoenix, or it's going to be, I'll be in Vegas or whatever, and then figure out the rest. But I'm definitely going to do something here, though, probably.
Nice.
Even if it's after that, like, we'll just keep the party rolling, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
Be good. I think the 50 deserves to be celebrated a lot.
Yeah, we're surprised you made it this far.
Who you telling? Shit. All right. Any final words, Sebastian?
No, I'm good.
Tony?
Just to my baby girl, keep up the good work.
Yes. Congratulations. Nice
Do your
work.
thing out there. Have fun at the beach this weekend.
Don't worry about the place you're staying at. If you like it, you stay. Don't let your dad bullying you into getting some bougie place. You like where you at, stay there. And again, if you would like a shirt, Madhouse Sideshow t-shirt, please go on to our Instagram, Madhouse Sideshow, all one word.
That's our app, by the way.
Oh, that's our what?
That's our at.
Oh,
So when you go to look us up, it's at Madhouse Sideshow.
okay, at Madhouse Sideshow, and then you'll find us. DM us, let us know what size you need and where to send it, and either I can deliver it or we can ship it out to you, whichever works best for you. We got plenty out there. We're probably going to do something for you if we catch you out on the streets wearing one. So make sure that you get yours on and get yours ordered. I have them between large and 5X. So if you're on the bigger end, we got you covered, dog. Don't trip. All right. Any final words, Tony?
No, that'll do it.
That'll do it. All right, cool. Love you guys. See you guys soon. Peace.